So I actually saw some people rejoicing or mocking our our dear Kongi, Professor Wole Soyinka, about the visa revocation by the US. But actually, I don't think it's a big deal because one, this visa was given to him, I think, when he had an issue with his tax and he needed to travel to the US to fix it because he didn't want to be defaulting. Before then, of course, we know that he has his green card, so he didn't need to be going back and forth to the embassy to get visa, so he could travel anytime he wanted. But he made a promise during the campaign that if Donald Trump won the election, that he will tear off his green card.
Um, Basically, I think what I should do is just read you the first line of a rather curious love letter I received from an embassy, and then we'll take it and elaborate from there. Okay. Let's sum up the agenda of this morning. Yes, Consulate General of the United States of America, Lagos, Nigeria, October 23, 2025. Yeah? Oh, all right. Consulate General of, you see what I talk about, what you feel. Talk about this thing. All right. Sabotage. Okay, I can still read from there. So it's from the Consulate General of the United States of America in Lagos. Dear Mr. Soyinka, this letter serves as official notification by the United States Consulate General in Lagos that the nominated visa listed below has been revoked pursuant to the authority contained in the U.S. Department of State Regulation, blah, 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 and it's no longer a valid application for entry into the United States, etc. Additional information became available. I repeat that, additional information became available after the below visa was issued. The revocation refers only to visa listed below. Name of visa holder, Wole Soyinka. Date and place of birth, 13 July 34, Nigeria. Visa classification, symbol B1 stroke B2. I'm giving these details because I'll be referring to that visa shortly. Date and place of visa issuance, 2nd April 2024, Lagos. I will read the latter part later on for dramatic reasons. I don't want to read it now. I want to read it towards the very end. Now, I think it's important for me to begin by reminding us about the history of this visa, which was issued when an accident happened to my green card, which some of you might remember. And so it became no longer valid. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, not long after that, maybe by accident, or maybe it's related or not, I got a letter from the Internal Revenue Service of the United States of America saying that an audit of my tax returns was about to take place, going back about 5 years. We're talking about tax returns 25 to 6, 1 year after the other. And now, there are some periodic moments when they do an audit just to make sure you're not cheating there. That's okay. But there's an interesting coincidence about this, that I got that notice of a coming audit just after an accident happened to my green card, which we all know about. So I went to the embassy and said, listen, this is a letter I've just received from the Internal Revenue Service. My green card is no longer usable. I don't want to be advertised as a tax dodger owing the United States money. and being chased all over the world with letters and police. I said, I need to go in and answer the audit. And that's exactly what happened. I wish to emphasize that the United States consulate staff was very, very gentle, very courteous. I was treated, like a human being. Let's just put it that way, which is the way I believe all applicants for visas should be treated. And I left there without any problem. That is when I was issued this B1, B2 visa. I stress that over and over again because of some idiots in this country who still insist that I never got rid of that green card after Donald Trump was first elected to office. Now, why did an accident happen to my green card? I merely said it would happen, and it would happen, and it did happen. It's because I realized that many people were still skeptical about the new incumbent at that time of the presidency of the United States. And I said, you don't understand this man. You see, he's a philosopher. He's a philosopher of the school of the much abused ancient philosopher Heraclitus. And not to mystify that much misunderstood, misquoted philosopher, you can understand him by simply looking at Nigerian philosophy. Most prominent and instructive of which was no condition is permanent. So you don't have to even go into the Greek scholarship and statehood. Just look at it. No condition is permanent. And so I said, this person coming in is just promoting that philosophy, which goes all the way back to the ancient Greeks and, of course, to the ancient sages of all societies. No condition is permanent. And I said he would, however, I predict that his first mission in office will be to prove it by withdrawing all permanent documents, all so-called permanent documents, especially the permanent residence card. So I said I'll save him time by having an accident happen to my green card, which took the form of my we humanists, we're always looking at gadgets. And unfortunately, when I was looking at my green card, it fell between the fingers of a pair of scissors, and it got cut into a couple of pieces. That's what happened to my green card. People say I destroyed it. No, I didn't destroy it. It just had an accident, that's all. But since then, I've been living, wait, let me make sure. Because very curious things happen to things which I say. That was a joke. I don't want to read in the papers, Wole Soyinka started lying, saying that an accident happened to his green card. Oh, please, I have to be very careful. All right. So anyway, I no longer had a green card. That's what matters. That's how I demoted myself by circumstances from a permanent resident to just another tourist business entry and department.
And Professor Wole Soyinka destroyed his green card. And that tells you that he didn't really need the US. And I'm just wondering, as people are laughing and saying it's because he started supporting bad government, that's why the US did that to him. Come on, let's think now. Let's reason well before we copy and paste things that people are just posting about. Wole Soyinka is about 92 or 91. You think he needs to be jumping up and down going to US? The guy is preparing to go. And he wants to die in his home place. He doesn't need the US for any reason. Okay, so yeah, they revoked the visa. It was like a temporary visa he needed to just travel and fix that tax issue. It's not as if is anything big deal for him. So please, Wole Soyinka is cool. He doesn't need to be traveling up and down to the US. Whatever business he has, he can carry it out from here. He has people working for him. He has his children. So, guys, forget it. Nothing to do Wole Soyinka. And this visa revocation has nothing to do with whether it's supporting this government or not, or it's start supporting Wole Soyinka that we know still supports human rights. And he'll still speak out when necessary, but he won't follow you graduate people to be carrying fake news and propaganda about. That's just it.